there! I'd like to present to you the poem by Charles Baudelaire called Correspondances. This poem originally appeared in Baudelaire's collection called Fleurs du Mal, which can be translated as Flowers of Evil. In this video, I'm going to present the poem to you in French and then explore how Baudelaire stretches our imagination even further. Charles Baudelaire's poem is a sonnet. In this sonnet, he describes how romantic poets treat nature as a sacred place. And then in the second half of the sonnet, he starts to draw connections between different types of experiences, different senses. The translation by Richard Wilbur, which is the first link I included in this module, maintains the sonnet structure. That's why I included it. So I'm going to read the French version so you can hear the poem in the original language, as well as the rhyme scheme and the meter in the original French. Then I'm going to explain what Baudelaire says here about the imagination. Notice this is a sonnet, but it does not have iambic pentameter like William Wordsworth's poem. And that's because iambic pentameter uses stressed and unstressed syllables. In French, they don't have stressed or unstressed syllables. No single syllable is stressed more than another in that sense. So the meter that Baudelaire uses here is called alexandrin, which means that there are 12 syllables per line. Here is the original French. Correspondance. La nature est un temple où de vivants piliers laissent parfois sortir de confuses paroles. L'homme y passe à travers des forêts de symboles qui l'observent avec des regards familiers. Comme de longs échos qui de loin se confondent dans une ténébreuse et profonde unité, vaste comme la nuit et comme la clarté. Les parfums, les couleurs et les sons se répondent. Il est des parfums frais, comme des chairs d'enfants, doux comme les hauts bois, verts comme les prairies, et d'autres, corrompus, riches et triomphants, ayant l'expansion des choses infinies, comme l'ambre, le musc, le benjoin et l'encens, qui chantent les transports de l'esprit et des sens. As you can see in the English translation, the first two quatrains describe a situation. That situation is the way romantic poets see nature. Then there is a change in tone. Remember, the Petrarchan sonnet uses a volta. That change in tone or perspective here in this poem, in the next two tercets, or stanzas of 3 lines that makes up the sestet that ends the poem, focus on something different. Here, Baudelaire describes odors, les parfums, perfumes, and the associations he makes with them. One thing we see in this excerpt is synesthesia. That is when the senses are mixed. And for instance, we smell colors or see sounds. And this is one way that Baudelaire stretches the limits of traditional romantic poetry and shows us how much further we can stretch our imagination. These associations or correspondences can only be made with our imagination. It is one way that we can explore the irrational part of our minds. What does the color green smell like? Does it sound like an oboe? Baudelaire also uses the word sweet to describe these flights of the imagination. Doux, comme les autres bois. Sweet, like the oboe. Remember, Giacomo Leopardi also uses the word sweet to describe that shipwreck in his flight of the imagination. E il naufragar me dolce. Dolce means sweet. How would you describe that feeling when your imagination takes hold? I'll see you on the discussion board.